I was born in Brazil, and my grandparents migrated to Brazil about 100 years ago, 110 years ago. And Brazil now celebrates 120 years of the immigration of Japanese to Brazil. Yeah? And I'm very, very happy, double happy, because last week, 3 pieces of mine been selected to exhibit in Brazil in the Japanese Cultural Center. So there are exhibition there at the same time here. So I'm very, very happy with the whole process. Thank you. Thank you. And so I have, like, I don't know if you have people from mixed backgrounds, but being born Brazilian, half Japanese, half Brazilian, you have the pressure between the two cultures that, for some aspects, people think they're in the extremes. You have the Brazilians where everything is happy and let's have a party, and have the Japanese where everything's so serious, or at least pretty serious. Sometimes they're not so serious, but yeah. So growing up there, I had this pressure of trying to belong. I didn't belong to the Brazilian culture because I was Japanese. I didn't belong to the Japanese culture because I was half Brazilian. So I was that struggle. And it seems that in London I could find a balance for everything. Clay is something that is appearing in my life very in the early stages. My father moved to outskirts of São Paulo. In the house where we went to live, they had like a exposed bank of clay, and I start jigging that bank to make figurines. And my relationship with clay started when I was 7 years old, making figurines, and since then it started to evolve. And so this struggle of trying to be more Brazilian, more Japanese, it's manifesting my pieces as well, because people look sometimes and say, there is something Oriental. If they didn't know me, they would say there is something Oriental in your pieces. And it's not because I try to do it, it manifests like that. Yeah? So that is my background in terms of my heritage. And when I decided to go to university, I had some careers that I really would like to follow. And one was biology, another was IT, another one to be astronaut. So I did biology, I did the IT side, and I couldn't be astronaut. Not yet. Maybe. Not yet, yeah. I'll never know. But that was my dream. And in between, I was working with clay and art and paintings, and the people would say, but you're a biologist, and now you're IT, and now work with ceramics. And I said, the 3 complement each other. You can work with biology being a manifestation of something, or inspiration for something, and the IT as an instrumental, technical tool to do something, and the ceramic to construct it. So what you see here are the combination of the 3. I do use technology to prepare my pictures, to high contrast my pictures, and I do some techniques for the transfers or the colors that you see in my pieces. Most of them reflect the relation between nature, earth, and the raw state. So, like when I was inspired by the caves and seeing the pictures that prehistoric people used to paint in the caves, and you can see some of them in the pieces here. Some of these pieces, especially these 2 here, that they are called, the series is called Memoir, these 2 pieces here. They reflect my relation with my grandparent, my Japanese grandparent that was mad about flowers in Brazil. He was mad about orchids. So I tried to preserve the memories of my grandparents when I was growing up with them, creating a kind of fossilized image of the orchids. These were really real orchids that died in my house, and I was collecting them, and after I was preserving them to put in the clay, and the technique that I'm using to that one. And the textures here with copper that you see, and the green that manifests here, is another technique that I'm using to highlight the texture of earth and rock, and that is a little bit of the pieces. and this one as well. This one has a double meaning because this one here represents the reunification as when I think they're like a piece that was cut in half and put together with a very thin layer of glaze that is just liquid glass. And when they melt together, they make the piece unique and solid again. And I see myself as being complete now, balancing my Japanese and Brazilian background and heritage, and this thin layer here that helped to stabilize them. So that is this piece here. This piece here, it reminds very much about rock, and this one is inspiring Vauxhall, the big art that you have in Vauxhall there when I went to go to the gallery there. So, and this one here, that is a kind of huggable piece of clothes. Some people say this looks like a kimono. Yeah, so this is a different piece that I'm trying to develop more, this kind of art at the moment. And the two pictures that you have here, that they are a spider web. And when I look at it, for me, I will think about the universe. When I see the constellations and all the galaxies, and we don't know exactly which put together, they think about the dark matter or whatever they cannot prove that is there. But I see each droplet there could be a galaxy itself and something that unifies them. So, and when I saw this spider web, I was inclined to take the picture, and yeah. So basically, that is a brief description about my work, what inspired me, and how they manifest itself.